This means actually a lot to me because I could tell stories that nobody did before. And people, they doesn't know anything about Roma. Most of the people doesn't know. And because of we as Roma didn't have the opportunity or was not strong enough to tell our stories. There were stories told about us and not with us. And they made fun of us. And this was really I felt very bad.
You are just being portrayed like that constantly. Every movie, in every series, so it isn't just like those people asking me, that's someone that hasn't looked into it or something. But you don't see this in every single film or anything where you see Icelandic people. This is not the way we're all portrayed the whole time.
This is not innocent, those things that the industry is doing, and to some it might be amusing, but what basically this art is doing, it's popularizing a stereotypical kind of way of seeing particular group of people.
We are responsible what we are doing in art. When you deal with these stories, you need people that understand also this story, and you need to have a power position to tell this story. And if you don't have it, if you're just, let's say the tree, in this story, you could not tell anything. You were just there and watching. There was a turning point actually for me, that I decided I don't want to be the victim, I want to be the storyteller.
Hello and welcome. Today we are excited to be joined by Simonida Selimovic. Hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
Yes.
She is an actor, director, and an advocate for Romani representation in film and theater. And she is also a co-founder of Romano Svato. This is the first feminist and professional Roma theater association. Thank you so much for sparing the time to talk with us today. And we are very excited to have you here. What I want to ask you to begin our conversation is a bit of a temperature check with you in the industry, because as a woman, as an artist, as a storyteller, what does it mean to you now, walking, the path that you walked and you shared with us, to be a storyteller, to be in this industry? How do you feel? What does belonging means to you?
This means actually a lot to me because I could tell stories that nobody did before, from our perspective, because there were stories told about us and not with us. This is this is very crucial to talk about this. We were always represented in a bad light, to say. And as a minority, you don't have this status or this position to be that recognized as a big country and as a big industry. So if you're a minority, then people try to make over you movies, over you theaters, over your stories, over your stories. So there is never, the real, perspective. And the perspective is very, very important to tell. And I think I found, for me, this was 2010, there was really a turning point actually for me, that I decided I don't want to be the victim or victimized and to feel like, people, and just to blame and to stay at home and be sad or to feel that anger that I had in my stomach. And I tried to express then our stories. I was like, okay, I want to be the storyteller by my own. I don't want to be the story that doesn't exist, that it's not true, and to always be portrayed as, in a poverty, as the bad guys or the victim, from this perspective, because there are so many layers, and people, they doesn't know anything about Roma. Most of the people doesn't know. They don't know that we are more than 20 million, so we are much more people in this world than Austria is big. The population, we here are like 9 millions, let's say, and Roma, they live all over the world, and their count there is, but this is not an official number. They always try to put it down, because then you don't have the right, in the politic and everywhere. So you have another status if there are not that many people as really are, and a lot of people are hiding their identity because they're ashamed of being Roma. And there is a big reason why. There is a big system also behind this thing. And the film industry, the art industry is making they're making also a lot of things that people are, they're portraying us in a bad way, just to make, to make their own stories. And I just said, there is no try, I think, in this thing. You have to do it. No try. Just do it.
You have to do it. And what you're talking about is also that your culture, like, you have been historically silenced.
Yeah.
All of these, and what did it, like,
thing.
what does it take, and what did it take you emotionally to start speaking up from that silence?
Because I felt so unfair treated. And not just me. I was lucky in a way on my path till now in my biography, but I know a lot of people, they're not that lucky. And also when you switch on the television or you go to the cinema and then you see your stories are told by white privileged people that they do not know anything about you. And then they say, yeah, but everyone could do art, and we could portray everyone, and everyone could play everything. This is not true. Because this is a wish. I wish this could be. Of course, why not play everything? Play a Roma girl. Play, But as we know also from the Black history, it's not like that. The truth and the system is telling us something else. But our wish is something else in the art. And we have also to know how, that we are responsible what we are doing in art. And people, in the past or till now, it's as, let's talk about Kusturica. This is the thing. When I saw this movie, and I was first a bit amused, But then I realized, wait, this is not true. Why we are living in this poverty? Why they're portraying us as really like stupid, really. Naive, stupid, not educated, poor, barbaric, without teeth, stinking. And I remember I was 16 or 17, and I didn't had this conscious about Roma and about. I knew that I was Roma, but that I'm still Roma.
Once upon a time.
I decided then to stay Roma.
What a wonderful choice. Compliments.
That was good. That was smart.
Yeah.
But when I saw this movie and my colleagues in the school, they were talking about this movie and, this gypsy, he was standing in the rain and hoping to have to get television, or how the one gypsy, he felt in the shit in the toilet, and they made fun of us, and this was really like, I felt very bad, and then I felt like I don't want to belong anymore to the Roma. If they think we are them, that they're in this television, in this how we are here portrayed, then I don't want to belong there. It's always, there is all the positive racism, beautiful Roma woman dancing around the fire, holding a horse, walking with this, playing violin, but this is all, although positive, but it's racism. And this is also what we need to, I think, also me, I learned also a lot what is negative, what is positive racism with a lot of people around me, and how they feel being portrayed like this.
I think what you're saying is that this is not innocent, those things that the industry is doing. And, to some it might be amusing, but what basically this art is doing, it's popularizing a stereotypical kind of way of seeing particular, group of people, minority, doesn't matter. And then because taken out of context and not being able, maybe not a lot of people know someone who is a representative of this particular group, and then they take this popular stereotype as a role model. This is how the person from this group has to be or is, and then they meet the real person in life and it doesn't really match as the description, and that's then obviously the problem happens for the person because they feel disrespected, they feel inferior, and also for people who are miseducated, and it is harmful. It is indeed harmful, even though maybe some filmmakers do it unintentionally. It doesn't really mean that there isn't responsibility there to be taken. So I think it's a very important issue, and what you're doing, from my understanding, you are trying to build another representation, a positive representation, or more real representation of your people, your community. And this is a very important thing. Yes. I can only compare, not even, I'm from Russia. So if you watch any Hollywood movies, Russian people are being represented very interestingly, even though my nationality is not Russian, but I'm part of this community anyhow. I grew up here. And it's like, usually are the bad guys, usually are not very much educated, bearing guns, wearing like wearing this troika suits and stuff. And it's just horrendous because sometimes people expect you to behave in this way or saying random shit. And I've never paid attention to it, but I guess it's, you know, it's something very completely different to you, because this is really a minority and has to be protected, has to be, you know, represented in the right way. So I think the work that you're doing is amazing.
That's amazing.
What I wanted to ask you, was it always the reason why you wanted to be a storyteller? Or was there something that, as a kid, do you remember what moved you towards that direction?
I mean, I started when I was a kid. I was like 11 years old in a child series I played. And the story, this was the story about a little boy from Romania. And he escaped away from home because his parents divorced. And on this, and he went to the river Dunărea, to the Danube river, and cross this Danube river with a little boat. And then he meet also Roma, the Gitano girls, like my sister and I, we were playing there, we used to play there. And the story was like this. Middle in Vienna, there were hands and horses and fire and a lot of women with long skirts. And the question was from the professional actors, the leading actor, although he was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, you're Roma, wow, you're real Roma, kids, and you speak Romanian as well? I was like, no, I don't speak Romanian. But how? Roma, I don't know this language. Roma and Romanian is different. Oh, really? Okay, let's say something. And then I think, you know, when you're a kid and you try to give a picture, or it was also fun, you know. And then there was questions like, okay, and which horses do you have? How many do you have? I was like, I never ride it actually. I don't know about it. Yeah,
you want to give me one?
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of horses. I was like, do you mean in the movie? Or no, private. How many horses do you have?
God.
5.
I was like, no, I don't have horses. I mean, of course, you could ask this question. And then the next, okay. And where is your camp? In which camp do you live?
Oh.
Because they were like, yeah. Now, when you think now, you know, and you walk through Vienna, you never would see this. Wo ist dein Wohnwagen?
Wo ist dein Wohnwagen?
Where do you park? And I was like, I don't know, but
he was
we
looking
have
for the trailers. You know what I mean?
yeah,
the
where is your trailer parking? Where do you live? Like, no. Do you mean this kind of trailer? No, I never step in a trailer inside. We have a flat. We have an apartment. And yes, we have also a bathroom. We don't bath in the river.
Yeah.
I mean, it was funny, you know, on one hand, and on the other hand, when I was, you know, thinking, and then I was alone with my sister, and was like, but why they're asking this kind of questions? And then I saw movies, how we are portrayed, and then I read it again, the script. And my sister, she has to learn Romanian. And this was also, you know, something, I mean, you could learn Romanian, you know, for a character. But the thing was, we learned lines just because the director and the author thought that we speak Romanian. This was over the story, yeah. A lot of people they're thinking, yeah. This was a then for me, like, okay, when I become an adult, I would tell the real story.
You felt it even then. How old are you?
A bit. I was 11.
At 11, you
Yeah,
could feel
yeah,
like, okay,
yeah.
I know this is, I want to tell the real story. Like, we live in a flat, everything's fine. This is
Yeah.
Like, this is like the American that I met years ago, and they were like, you know what a microwave is? And I'm like, huh? Yeah. And they thought because I live in Iceland that we live in igloos, like we live in like the Eskimo, you know what I mean, like the Inuits. And I was like, no, we just have apartments and we're fine. And they're like, oh yeah, and you all believe in elves, right? That's what you live. And I'm like, no, but it's okay.
And we're fine.
We're fine. But hey, I'm gonna say I'm sure there are elves out there, so I'm not gonna say it. Maybe I'm one of them, so that's cool. But it's a different story because what we're doing here is that you are just being portrayed like that constantly in every movie, in every series, in every. So it isn't just like those people asking me. That's someone that hasn't looked into it or something. But you don't see this in every single film or anything where you see Icelandic people. This is not the way we're all portrayed the whole time. And that's what you guys have. So coming back to you, you said at 11 you could feel that you want to continue on this path and you want to portray it differently.
Yeah, but I decided then that there was one point, when you get a bit older, and then I was like 13, 14, 15, like that, and then I started to lie. Yeah, because I could not. I mean, also now, I don't want always to explain who I am. Because people don't know what about Romanian. No, this is a language from the Sanskrit. I'm so fed up sometimes, and I just don't say it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, and I lied till I was like 20. That everything was better being Brazil, being Spain. Spanish, being Italian. Yeah, this is cool. If you say, yes, I'm from Spain, or I'm from Italy, I'm Brazil, but I don't speak the language. I'm from India, and I look very Indian. So I told people, no, I'm from Mumbai, but I never learned the language.
I grew up in Austria.
Yeah, I was born here. Even this was a lie. Yeah,
So
my story started to lie. There was a lot of lies, and then the house of cards broke down once. I had enough then, of this lying, of all these things. Not, I didn't feel me. It was not authentic. I was not strong in this. I was very weak. I felt very weak. This is not a house, a real house that was standing, that you could build. It was, a lie. That you could just blow away, and this was also the feeling inside here. And I was like, okay, but what do I want to become when this finished? how do I want to feel, you know? There was also a big question inside of me, and also was asking me which path I want to go, and how I do want to feel. And then I started to tell my friends and people around me, yes, I'm Roma, so what? There was once in McDonald's, girls, there were a group of girls, and I was just alone with my little sister. And my little sister, I mean, she's blonde and she has blue eyes, but she was dressed, you know, you could, she had a skirt, and it was very modern and very in to say Zigeuner. And you know, it was, but I felt very bad. Always, it was like, you know, that somebody is taking a knife and doing this, you know, to me. And at this point, and then they say, oh, look, this little Zigeuner girl. If I say, you know, even when I'm saying it, it feels so wrong.
Yeah, I'm
This
so
word,
sorry.
because it's not
Yes.
our word. Yeah, this we are not naming ourselves like that. This was given to us. And at this moment in McDonald's, and then I was just, first I was like freezing, and then I turned to them, you know, because my little sister was looking at me, and I was like, so what do you want? If we are. And I said it again. And they were shocked because I said, yes, we are. So what? Because it started, you know, to throw pommes on my little sister in the McDonald's. And then I just, you know, explode. I was, yeah, we are Zigeuner, so what do you want? You feel better, yeah.
You have, to be honest, you have changed. You have changed in the way that you really, as you said, you took your identity. You said, enough, I'm not hiding anymore. And whatever you are putting on me, so what? I am who I am. And there's also a theater piece that you wrote and are now in pre-production. You're going to be filming it. And it's exactly, I would love for you to talk about it. Roma Baron, kein Z Baron. Can you tell us about that? Because that feels so empowering. Am I right? Or what is it for you?
The name of the movie is Roma Baronin. It's not the other one that you said is this was a theater play.
That was the play, exactly. That's
Yeah,
the play
yeah, but
that you had beginning of this year, right? In April.
yeah, but let's not talk about that.
Good.
Okay.
We are
because
all
there
for
is
that.
because there is a big story behind this.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just have to ask. I mean, you could also pause here. When do you want to bring this podcast online?
Good
2
question.
weeks, I think.
2 weeks would
right?
be about.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks already. Okay. Then yes, I need to give other informations.
Yeah, no, you know what, Simon, this is
Yeah, yeah.
amazing. Let's talk
Yeah.
about exactly what just happened. This is what it is in the film industry. We are in a certain phase of a production, and because of that, we can only tell a certain things.
Yeah.
So what is happening here is exactly how it is in this film industry world. It's
Yeah.
exactly that. So thank you for asking. Yeah, in 2 weeks. So please just tell us what you want to share and can
What
share,
you can.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roma Baronin is a short movie, and there is a story, you know, in Z Baron. I don't want to say again this
We don't have to.
slur, this word. No, I'm just reminding me to don't
Oh.
tell it because people are feeling triggered by this word. So yeah, and it's told about this operetta. There is this operetta from Johann Strauss, and this is one of the famous operetta from Johann Strauss, and it's really good visited. And the story is, they portray, this operetta is about Roma, without Roma, so you could imagine. Sexism, misogyny, racism, so everything is in. And for my opinion and my feeling, this operetta should not be played anymore.
Okay. Yeah.
It should really not play it. But yes, Volksoper, Staatsoper, everywhere they're playing still this operetta. Even they say, yes, that sad word is racistic and everything, but there is more than this. Not just how they named this operetta, also what is inside, what is the story about. And there is also, a story, and this is for me very important also to tell, because this is a story also about Austria, about Germany, about Switzerland, the assimilation of Roma, the assimilation politic of Maria Theresa. Maria Theresa, she put a law in the 18th century that every Roma child should be taken from the Roma, and it's forbidden for them to speak the Romani language, and they have to be Christianized. It was not allowed for them to have any other religion than that in this country. So, and to have just one settlement, to stay in one house, on one place. But before, they were not allowed to stay on one place. And then suddenly, the Empress, she said, Maria, no, we need to, we need to control them, because she could not count how many are living in Austria, and she did all the work for Hitler, the pre-work for Hitler. And she took all the children away when they were 5. Then they came to take the children away and put them in farmers' family to be Christianized, and to they didn't had also the contact anymore with their families.
Oh my God.
And the story, to go back to the operette of Z Baron, is that there is one girl, already a woman, we're talking about Safi, the character, and Chipra. Chipra is a woman, Wahrsagerin.
Fortune teller.
A fortune teller. And this is her daughter. And at the end, it comes out that she stole the child. Okay. And then, because she's so beautiful and she's so smart, she's not Roma. Of course not. She is Baronin. And but now to go back to the history, the law said to take all these children, the farmers, and then what did the Roma do? they tried to take their children back.
Of course.
And they was hanged because of this. Because
my God.
why? Because should have hanged, and then they told Roma are stealing children.
And they were trying to get their own babes and children back.
Yeah, yeah. And this is, you know, this is since centuries. There are stories like that, but just because of this law, of this history, and they just turned it. The people that are really victim, and then they put them as traitors, as, you know. And there is an also very old sentence, holt die Hühner, die Kinder, die Wäsche rein, die Z kommen. Because, you know, Roma are stealing children. And yeah, and I have still to shoot one day, and it's about in the now time, and in the present, let's say, and because this system is they continuing this, but very silently, because it's systematic since 300 years, 200, and I don't know, let's say almost 300 years. And we're talking about the woman that is searching for her identity. She doesn't know who she is. She grew up in a white, privileged family, and then searching for her roots, and then meeting the family, and yeah, and I don't want to spoil.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
please. We
Let's
need to
see.
go and see it, and we will definitely, for everyone
Yeah.
listening, make sure that we then put the link when we have, like, to the trailer or whatever you can give us then, that people know where to see it and
Yeah.
stuff. So we would do that. Of course, yeah, please. Thank you
This
for
is
sharing.
heartbreaking what you shared with us.
Yes.
And it makes so much sense that the law doesn't make sense for sure. But what they did and how they did it and what they want people to believe, to shift the narrative. And that's, I guess, with me, I studied international law. And I remember during that I had a course on minority and, you know, how international law does violence essentially to minorities, it doesn't protect. And I think at some point I was just fed up with the narrative that, you know, civilized countries forced on people and everything. And wow, it's just I have shivers
It's heartbreaking. It's so
from this story. Yeah, it is heartbreaking. Whew. What I want to ask you then is, you studied as an actress, right, as an actor, and then you made a shift towards directing and producing, and was it the necessity? Was it like something that you wanted to produce and direct your own
No.
work? Okay.
No.
How did
No.
you make that shift?
No, the thing is, when you are working in this with these stories, when you deal with these stories, you need people that understand also this story, and you need to have power positions for this. You know, to have a power position to tell this story. And if you don't have it, if you're just, you know, I don't know, let's say the tree. In this story, you could not tell anything. You were just there and watching. You know, like one day role, what to say. So I was thinking, if I want to tell this kind of stories, and for me it's like, it's really important somehow, you know, not just to talk about Roma, but to put somewhere also our stories combined with the majority together. This is how I love, you know, that suddenly there appears also a character, and she's from Austria, the other one is from Iran, the other one, to mix it, and then also a Roma, just like in the normal life, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and for me it was like, okay, but if I want to tell stories like that, then I need to go also to be a director and to be also producer and to write my own story, because I could not depend on a director who are not coming from my origin. They don't live this. They are privileged. They are white, and you give them money to tell your story. It was not for me. I did this in the last projects, and I felt like, okay, I think now I'm okay with this. I'm far enough, and now I could do it. With a good team, I could also direct and play, or I could also produce with, searching also for mentors, coaches that are willing to do it, to stay, to give you also the space and to give you also the stage. Like, okay, we know you could do it, and let's do it. This is, I'm searching for this kind of people that are not, white privileged, and then, yes, well, let's work together. But at the end, they are staying by themselves on stage and just their names. And they don't support you and your story. And I was so fed up then. And I was thinking, okay, how I want to proceed, what is needed to make this kind of stories, which people are needed to do this. And it was really a procedure, but at the end I found them. I found this kind of people that was just, that everyone knows, okay, there is a good story and it's professional, and I'm doing this, you are doing this, you are doing this, and, working together hand in hand like this, and not like, yeah, I'm the director and I tell you what to do, blah blah blah, or the producer in this kind of way, because I looked also inside in which kind of work is that, which steps are really important to do when you're a producer, which steps, and how do you have to behave as director, and what I didn't like as when I was working together with directors, so how I could do it better, or how do I want to present myself as a director and an actor, an actress actually, in this world where normally a lot of men are working together and supporting each other. Yeah. And I was so much, oh my man, I could do it in a different way, not like this, but maybe, yes, girl, man, woman, I have a story. Do you want to do it with me? And yes, this was, because of we as Roma didn't have the opportunity or was not strong enough to tell our stories, because a lot of people are also thinking, okay, they need to hide better, don't say your identity, and just be invisible, be a chameleon. And if you're not invisible, then nobody could harm you, and stay in a silent profession, or be, just earn your money, go home, stay with your family, and then speak your language at home, very, silent, not that loud, or, just in the community, let's just stay. And this is, and I think, not just I think, but the system is making all of the humans. So you see how oppression is a system, how people are, you know, because I mean, if you see, we don't even have a central memorial in, you know, because of the Second World War. And Austria was not a victim.
I think, Simonida, what you're doing, and that's why I asked you, and that's why so I didn't let go. You know that I was really chasing you down to get you to come on this podcast, because I think it's important that to get this out into public, because I learned a lot from you. There are things that I had no idea. I didn't know about that law, and it breaks my heart as a mother. And I would fucking go back there and steal my kid and do anything I could to get my kid back, which is not stealing, it's getting my kid back. Like, so, and it are these stories that are just, we have no idea. They're not taught. Nobody talks about this. And that's why I admire you so much, because I know that it's not easy to stand up there in the front and tell the truth. Tell the truth to a minority.
But I had a lot of points in my life that I was like, okay, so I stop it. I don't want to do, you know, I don't want to be called activist, because I'm not. I mean, people think that I am, but I'm not. But maybe what I'm doing is activist, but I don't agree with this. So
you are not. You are, and the thing, and that's what I wanted to say. So I'm gonna, because I was gonna ask you something else, and then I'm like, you know what? No, because it's really clear what you're doing, and it's beautiful, and it's clear that you really have your ancestors. You know, they're there with you, and you're voicing, and you're giving them a voice. You're giving them the opportunity to, like, to be seen, and also those that are now. But girl, you're also a rapper.
yeah.
So that's the thing. I know you not as someone who's like always like this. I know you're the bubbly one, that where you're laughing like you do now, or you're like, oh, yeah, I'm a rapper. Yeah, okay. And I was like, when I met you, I was like, you're what? Yeah. and that's what I love, is like you create new things, and you're like, okay, how can I do that? What do I want to do? Where's my creativity like going now? So are you guys, and that's with your sister, your wonderful, talented sister. Are you still doing that? Or have you?
No, because I started, you know, with this movie, and I needed also time to do it, to write also, and also with the theater, because I started to direct in the last few years, and also to think about further projects and future projects. And you could, I mean, I love to rap, actually, and it was just we just prepared a theater performance, and then it came out, okay, but I think we need to rap.
Cool.
And because there was this time when FPÖ, it looks like they will win. Was I think 10 years ago, and they wanted to silence us, also not, you know, to not talk in the public spaces our language, and I was like, okay, but then where to hide? It's even much more, you know, risky to go somewhere out and to speak Romani, or to make celebrations where Roma are meeting. Then they maybe put a bomb there and we don't exist anymore. You know, there was a lot of fears. And there was Wienwochen, and we applied for a project, and we won it. We get it, and I was like, but what if we say we have an army, we have a Roma army? Let's say we have just a Roma army, you know, just invent it, and we are all, like ninjas, costumed, and we could do ninja moves, and then how we are fighting, and then we are rapping. Our language is the rapping, and we don't rap, but we rap. We don't rap in German or in English. It's very. This is boring. No, we rap in Romani.
Romanese.
Yeah, and then I started to write this fighting, raps.
Manifesto.
Yeah, manifesto. Yes, and it was also, the name is Minch Panther Army Fraction.
Okay.
Yeah, Minch Panther Roma Army Fraction.
Be aware, be aware.
Yeah. And we went also to public spaces like on the market, where Hatzestrache, FPÖ were doing their speeches, about all these hate speeches. And we went there black dressed as ninja, and then we said, Austria, we love you, but we never will leave you. And we did also some moves, and we started there to rap also in Romani, but without, any speakers. It was just she and me, and this was a flash mob on this market.
The two of you.
And and then the right wings, we took our brother and 2 or 3 friends. They were taking care and just filming.
Okay.
But then they stole the phone of one of our filming women. And we didn't have then the material, but they tried, to burn the banner, because we had a big banner like Ficken, Pudern, Österreich. I need to translate for you, Valerie.
Is it so bad?
I'm just not
I've just said it, it's FPÖ and fuck, and Pudern is, it's the same actually.
It's like fuck.
Fuck,
A lot of fuck.
Austria,
But
this
with
was
love.
and this was they tried then to burn the banner, then to burn our costumes. They spit on us. They were, they tried to fight, but then the police came, and we explained them, this is everything art. This is art. It's art. We are just here for art, for peace and art, but we are army. Don't forget, Roma are existing, but we are in peace here, but army. They were like, what?
You confused the shit out of them. They were like, what do we do with this?
Yeah, they were so confused because we were too crazy to understand us, And I was like, what? Okay, do you have any passport? Of course. Here.
I'm Austrian. There you go.
No, I was not.
You weren't?
No.
No.
This, This is another long story.
Okay.
But this will take us for forever. Really, this is a 30 years story.
Okay.
What I
About
find
documents.
is that is like a radical way of, going out there, and it's still art within the ramification of the art, because I think like that's who you are. You're an artist. That's why the way you're showing up in this world, in this fight, is through art, through storytelling. But when I wanted to ask you, you also you have experience at Berlinale Toolbox, which is a very, kind of very peaceful, very not a wrap-up battle type of thing.
Harmless.
How was it? How did it shift your perspective? Because you were there as part of the, the opportunity for minorities that don't have a lot of opportunity to reach film market. How do you think is it helpful? Is it shaping the conversation now? Do you think it's a powerful tool? What can you tell us about this? because this is very different. It's like two very different experiences, but I think part of your way of being an activist. Which,
yeah, I mean, the
you know.
toolbox from Berlinale is really, this pushed me then to realize this movie, Roma Baronin. This is why it exists, actually. So I'm very grateful that I did this toolbox. And this started with the film festival Activism. This is the only film festival, Romani film festival, that working also very professional. And they asked me, actually, because I was in the jury there for selecting movies. And I'm also friend with them, also with the president of the of this festival. And then he asked me, why don't you do this toolbox? And I don't, producing. I never thought about this, but I was talking with him about my ideas that I would like to do a movie, but I never thought, really like producing or in a bigger way. And then they asked me if I wanna attend at the toolbox, and to apply, I need to have you need to apply. You need to have an idea of a documentary or if a feature film, and everything. You need to have pictures, a summary. You know how it goes. A log line, a pitch. And I was like, oh my God, I never did this. No, I could not do it. No. And there were. Here, this is what you need, the document, just read through it. And then I was thinking, I was like, but wait, I could create, actually. I have a idea. Let's try, why not? And then I started then to write. Yeah. And then they took me for this toolbox on the Berlinale. And this was a seminar about, I think, 3.5 or 4 months, full of workshops. I think every second day, 4 hours workshop, or 1.5, 2 hours, about market, producing, everything. And this was very interesting for me. I met people there in the film market in Berlinale. And I mean, because I have also another project that this was not the project that I worked on the toolbox, in the toolbox, Roma Baronin. But because of toolbox, and I know how, from this, I had the knowledge then, how to do it. I started with Roma Baronin, first with a short movie, and the other will be a 90-minute length movie. So, yes, this is the next one.
Wow. Congratulations, that's amazing. And did you work on that also during the Berlinale, the toolbox, or was it Roma Baronin?
No. On the other, this was Ghosts and Prejudices. Another project. I worked there on the Berlinale. And Roma Baronin, this was... I started to write before, but just for the theater project. And then things happened here in Austria, in Vienna. And I was thinking, well, maybe it's good then to realize a short movie about this, rather than to make a theater project, because you don't have this visibility than with the movie, and this remains.
Yes.
This is then history, and nobody could then say, oh no, this was my idea. No, this was my idea, and I did it.
And gorgeous. With that, I'm going to say thank you so much for your precious time. I love it. You're like, no, my idea. I did it. You've done a lot, Simonida. Congratulations. I'm very much looking forward to seeing the film. And
thank you.
Then a feature film. Wow. Well, we have to get you back. We're realizing with all our guests, we're like, we have to get them all back. To come again. So thank you.
You need to come
amazing.
to the premiere.
Yes.
I will invite you to the premiere of Roma
Thank
Baronin
you.
when it will come out.
You.
Yeah.
I feel honored. I
amazing.
definitely will come. I would love that. I'm sure.
Best of luck.
Amazing.
It was truly inspiring to see you walking with us through your journey and to see how, how you progressed as a human being, as a person, as a creative. It's amazing. And it's
As
very
a rapper.
inspiring. As a rapper, exactly. You know what? I was looking through your biography before and we were preparing for this interview, and I asked Eva, because I was also looking at it in German, so I wasn't sure of the translation of the word. And it was saying rapperin or something like that. It's like, does she rap? I was so surprised. But it's amazing, the story you told us.
I'm like, yeah, Simonida does everything.
I don't want to do everything, but sometimes you need to make everything till people are becoming professional. From
True.
Yeah, and we need more Romani women that are starting also to do our stories or to work in this field. It's very important because we have to. They are very rare. They're not existing. You could say, actually.
So this is a call for all you women, gorgeous Romani women.
Hopefully, they're
Simonida.
becoming. Not just me, or create your own industry, your own company.
Yeah. And if they want to, would you? I'm sure you would be there if they would have any questions, or am I?
Of course,
assuming right? Yeah,
of course.
Amazing. Thank you so much. This has been a
Thank
delight.
you, Eva. Thank you, Valeria.
It was a pleasure. Yes.
Yes. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you.